I got a bad feeling it is.
Sorry.
It's loud, huh?
Yeah.
Crazy. I feel weirdly selfish in that I want more of Pentagon, man.
Agreed.
But we're not gonna get him, and honestly, good for him.
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
He could. He could show up anywhere at
Yeah.
any time.
He's wrestling on Impact.
Mm-hmm.
So if you want more Pentagon, Impact, Lucha, right
I want
now
him on those bigger scales, man.
I know.
But I
'Cause
mean,
he was great here.
I don't think he can. It's hard for as an American audience member.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I have to play into my biases and be aware of them. That's how you can overcome them and try to be better as a result. American wrestlers are going to play to me more.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Japanese wrestlers can play to me as well, just based on style and storytelling. It's a little more simple and
What about
more,
Swiss wrestlers?
well, I mean, they're the best. They speak 5 languages. Greatest U.S. champion of all time. That being said, lucha wrestlers have a different style kind of altogether as far as how they connect with their audiences. They exist on like a realm outside of individual personalities. It isn't them turned up. It's them as an ideal or an idea or a character. And sometimes that doesn't always translate to an American audience who's been trained to be like, I want that personality turned all the way up.
Okay.
That's what American kind of is. That being said, Pentagon Jr. does not suffer from that.
No.
He comes through.
Mm-hmm.
And it feels so hard sometimes for dudes to come through the mask. And, well, okay, let's not read into that too much. This is
So much phrasing.
I don't even know.
Are we not doing phrasing anymore?
Because I've been thinking about just maybe it's the shape of his mask, just getting that little bit of lower face, letting that character through. Maybe it's the eyes popping out because of the paint, the way it specifically is. But man, there's a lot of his face that comes through that mask that really accentuates a lot of the character that he wants to portray.
So, I mean,
There's a dude there, and it's a bad dude, and
Yeah.
it transcends. It's
He's great.
damn near.
I love that guy.
It's damn near a demon in there, man.
so if he came to the E, which I assume when you say bigger stages,
Potentially, again, but I'm talking as an American audience member and the biases associated therein.
you have a guy who lost his mask on television now who's crushing it. Cien Almas.
Yeah.
You had a guy in WWE who saw some great success in Alberto Del Rio, lost his mask. Came to Kennedy, lost his mask, and he was great.
Right.
Because
Look,
I
man,
wonder if he's going to get to be Pentagon anyway.
the guys that end up coming to the E and losing the mask like right away, and they're immediately like, no, screw that. We want the person, we want the personality to come through. I always feel like we lose something super special, man. It's something that the E has tried to recreate in the past sometimes, but I always feel like it never quite catches because there's that different just style and portrayal that something about the production of WWE that just doesn't help that transcend in a way. Everybody's larger than life. It's hard for somebody to be larger than life and a field of people that are larger than life with personality on top of it, when lucha is more about cartoon idealism. And that juxtaposed to people with personalities turned all the way up, it feels counterproductive. It feels harder for when like Sin Cara was coming in. They tried making a big deal out of it, but with zero face. Well, I mean, literally. That's a. Why do my work people talk? Shut up. It was a little harder to translate. Now he had to do a lot more physically, using his arms, using his body language a lot more. But he's working twice as hard as somebody who can just speak, who can just react, who can just be a human. So you've got this character mixed in with humans. There's a disconnect, and it helps create and amplify the disconnect. But Pentagon could be that character because we've seen Rey Mysterio.
I was going to say the ultimate underdog, Rey Mysterio, like he connected.
But
would you have to bring him back and have Pentagon work him?
Not necessarily.
Or Omnis.
Because I got a feeling that Pentagon can transcend that with the mask. Rey did with the mask too, but there's something magic. There's something crazy about the masks, dude. Because they can be larger than life, but often obscure the person, the character being portrayed behind it. It's weird. Like, I always go back to, I freaking love Laparca. He's great. Can you see any of his face at all? No, because he's got over-exaggerated body movement, and he works hard to. All of the incarnations of him have worked hard wherever they are to fit in with whatever style they're in. When he was in WCW back in the day,
the biggest cruiserweight.
Yeah, and you know what? He found a way to fit in there, but it was different. He couldn't just come in and just I'm gonna do lucha things because it doesn't quite work. It doesn't resonate as much with the fans without the personalities. But cameras on, turn on that personality, play to the camera, different audience, different style. Fantastic. Took off. Rey, different style. Let that personality come through a little bit while still being somebody that's larger than life because of the mask. Comes through. Pentagon absolutely could transcend that as well and be larger than life, but still have an air of mysticism about him. Something bigger than a regular human. Not to call the Undertaker a luchador by any stretch of the imagination, but he's something that's beyond normal, but can exist in that world because there's personality still that comes through. That being said, we've had other luchadors in the past that haven't quite. I hate to come back to Sin Cara, but without that face, it made a difference. I got pee.
Oh, do you? Well, I mean, it is 10:20. Just real quick.
I drank a lot and my chest hurts.
Andrew O'Hara. I'm not as familiar with
stream.
Del Rio or almost pre-WWE. I don't get the impression that their personas were as dependent on the mask as Penta. Because of that, I feel like WWE would feel less compelled to change the gimmick. It's a really good point.
That being said, what's the reason for Sammy? I love Del Generico. Generico was my favorite thing that's ever happened. It makes me sad.
Well,
sorry.
So Nathan needs to pee. I'm not gonna paint it any other way. Nathan needs to pee. We're gonna take a quick break, and we got the rest of All In to talk about. And there's other things happen in wrestling, but this is the important thing.
Yes,
so,
yes. What does All In mean?
Yeah, what does it mean?
Give me a sec, dude. I'll be right back. Swear to God.
Here, we'll go with this one. We'll be right back.
Velveteen Dream. Hit it. Velveteen Dream.
Drake Maverick, sir, I love you.
He's great.
Oh my god. Hashtag WrestlePals, technically hour 2. We took the quick break.
I'm sorry.
Dude,
I thought I was dying.
enough with the
I
apologizing.
get scared.
Hey man, you like this program?
Huh? Yeah, it's okay.
Patreon.com/Oh Hi Justin. If you like this program or me or
Okay, look, he's not gonna sell himself, so I am. This man does a lot of weird stuff. He's a weird dude, all
Plus some
right?
shows,
but
too.
that's okay. What's that?
plus some shows too.
Plus some shows too. Oh, Patreon.com/Oh Hi Justin. It's the home of hashtag WrestlePals.
Mm-hmm.
Also the home of Deprogram, the finest music show you will find ever. You will find an episode with a band that you dig. Jump in there. You can find all of the individuals online. You can yell at them personally about their choices, and that's fun to do.
Yeah.
I've been on several myself. I even did a serious band once.
Yeah.
Do the Hives count as a serious band?
Sure.
Yeah, they
I
do.
guess.
Gosh darn right they do.
Oh yeah, by the way, Coheed. Are
Yeah.
you up for a Coheed up?
You got one?
Ronald wants to do Coheed.
I don't want to have to knock Ronald out in Matt's backyard.
Yeah, but that's Matt's gimmick. You don't have to do that.
Okay, I don't have to?
No.
All right, we'll talk. Deprogram, finest music show available online. Where?
Mm-hmm.
Also, the Oh Hi Justin pod. This man daily decides to just download whatever's in his head, and you know what? It's a weird place. Rainbows and stuff all over the place, but also some dark corners and spider
What
webs.
did we talk about today?
I don't know.
Self-care.
He's referring to himself as we, everybody. So that's important. Take note of that. Self-care being the subject. Good Lord. Also, it's the home for hashtag These Ghouls.
Yeah.
Just go. You have to go see what These Ghouls is all about.
Oh yeah, if you want to hear a little
No.
sampling.
Yeah, I do.
Hooray for happy accidents, but it's no mishap that I care.
He's-
On the breaks, there's more to come. Wherever this goes, I'll see you there.
He's
Problem child.
The tongue is blue.
What?
Live his life, and her kicks are fire.
Her kicks are fire, Nathan.
It's one thing to be obsessed on the woman. You're writing songs now.
Life, and her kicks are fire. Problem child. The tongue is blue.
A
Yeah.
Live
pianist.
his life, and her kicks are fire. Problem
Just writing songs for her.
Yeah. To get an EP for.
kicks are
Yeah.
fire.
He's doing, I'm going to say songs.
Hmm?
Some would call it stalking.
How is this
Besides-
stalking?
I don't know, man. I'm just saying.
You wouldn't say that about
They're going to play this in court one day, and you're going to have
that-
to explain yourself.
what's that band with the goats and stuff?
The band with the goats and stuff? Oh, the goats. I can't do the
I think it's the Mountain Goats. They wrote a song for Sasha Banks.
Cool.
Yeah, nobody's calling them stalkers.
No, it's funny. Cute.
And her kicks are fire. Problem child. The tongue is blue.
Still going.
Kicks are fire.
Kicks are fire.
What?
Weirdly proud of you, sir. I'll never admit that privately, though. Only publicly. Oh, good. Patreon.com/Oh Hi Justin. Throw him a buck his way. Keep him indoors, because that's fun, right?
Yeah. I'm probably bringing your music show back. I
Roo-
think I figured out a way to do it.
roofs are cool.
And I think there's definitely another one brewing, which we had a big meeting about last week, and we're going to, again,
I'm going to sleep on the couch, but I'll absorb all the information, because I want to be there for somebody for you to pound stuff off of the head. Stuff. That sounds terrible.
your phrasing is just awful tonight, so maybe we should just hop back in. We were at Pentagon and Omega.
All right,
and we
get
talked
back
a lot about
get back out of the lucha idea. I guess we jump back into the match itself.
it delivered on like every level I had hoped.
This had that big fight feel,
Mm-hmm,
and it was because it felt special. It's like, here are some of the dudes that are like tops of where they come from in various parts of the world coming together for a big fight feel.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's everything that they were trying to get with the whole Brock Lesnar experience.
Yeah.
With him, like, it's a special attraction. Oh my God, he's here. Well, you have this with two guys, and it's natural and built up and earned over time instead of like weirdly manufactured by just denying.
But that's the problem. That's a different conversation, because
Okay.
Brock did feel that way. Like
He did
for so long,
and he could.
yeah.
And
And then they ran into the Roman mountain, and
well,
that's how I stopped feeling special.
Yeah. That being said, I think they got the most out of it on the way out with purposeful
Mm-hmm.
depreciation.
Yeah.
It's like they needed to run it down some to build the other guys up. Hey, we're Chrysler, F a Buick.
Yeah.
They had to do that in that moment, which is fine. But again, big fight feel. Omega coming from the far east of Canada, and Pentagon coming from down there, Mexico and stuff. Worldly match. Two of the tops of two of the top organizations that have a working relationship but never cross paths on this level. This is one of those matches that feels like it could be big fight for a while. Would you want to see Omega versus Pentagon 2?
Yes.
Would you want to see up through Omega versus Pentagon 5?
Possibly,
Pentagon in a cell death match, whatever? Yes, you would. Because it has that feel, and this is something they could do. Again, I could easily see this being a main event of an All-In 2, where these giant companies come together to build each other up. Just like I was talking about the idea of NWA and Cody coming together to build up the NWA thing, this is two wrestling organizations coming together, putting two of their top stars together to build up. And it made it for a big fight feel that made this event and this match feel bigger than many WWE shows do. Again, not to compare, but it's just that was a big fight feel, dude. That was a big fight feel.
Do you want to know how I know that I was gripped in this match?
How's that?
Hardly any notes. Now, I made a point to take notes during Marty and Okada just because I wanted to make sure I had them.
Because that's how you watch an Okada match, man.
Yeah, but Penta and Omega, like these are the only notes I have. Hopping right in, fear factor ? To the apron, and then everything. The last note is what happens at the end. I was just completely compelled just watching these two work.
Absolutely. And then, now this is the one that people, a little bit of controversy said this one kind of got cut short. But dude, I think in the
15, I think.
I think in the, but we're so used to like New Japan matches that are 30 to 60 minutes, for Christ's sake. That being said, Okada Skrull was like
long
because it felt like a New Japan match. Amazing, because that's the characteristic of it. And then that gets into the controversy. Did it go long? It's like, whatever, you're talking about it. Tee-hee. I really hope to God that that's what they're doing. Like, oh, they're talking about it. Oh, are they mad? They watched it, right? Yeah, they did. So we got what could be considered a short match from them, leaving open the possibility of a rematch.
But we also got some excitement because at the end, when the lights go out.
I'm not, good Lord. There's a flashback. I was not even in that one. And it still got me. Weird. Whoa.
I mean, the lights went on. I'm like, I know what this is.
You know what this is.
I know what this is.
You know what that is? It's hey, we're not letting this be a throwaway event. We're telling some story here.
Yeah, and I mean, it's fun with the commentary going, oh, it's the hiccups of the first show, and I thought that was a fun little touch. And then Pentagon's laying there in the middle of the ring, or off to the side a little bit, just laying there dead.
Yeah, because he's dead.
And then he gets up, starts laying into Omega. I was like, what's going on here? Oh, that tattoo looks a little familiar.
Yeah.
Unmasks, it's Chris Jericho, of course.
Okay, is this just something Chris Jericho does that we haven't really acknowledged? Does he wear other people's masks and then attack them?
He's always done that.
Because I remember him doing that with Ray back in the day. Like all of a sudden, Ray's coming to the ring and then Jericho just grabs him, slams him against the railing, and they're like, oh, that bastard. Ooh, Chris Jericho.
In WCW too, I think.
I'm sure he did.
I'm almost positive
We used that picture in the corner of him wearing that dumb Psychosis mask.
That's because he won it from him.
He won it from him, and he wore it for. So he has a history. I'm just saying he has a history of wearing other people's masks and being a jerk.
Yeah.
Because he's attacked Naito in the same way too, right? He had a mask on, and then it's like, who's this? Oh, Jericho.
Yeah. And
that being said, Jericho also did this thing because this has got to be, and talking about the building promotions together is promoting the Jericho Cruise, man. You're gonna get Omega versus Jericho 2 on the cruise. Hey, don't you want to see it now?
Just as we thought, yeah.
Amazing, right? And it's not just gonna appear out of nowhere. It's gonna have a story behind it, and here is the beginning of that.
Yep.
Rekindling that feud to get him, and this gets it out of the Pentagon thing, so that conversation can be returned to later. So Jericho removes the mask, which always looks cool. Always looks cool because it's something that doesn't happen every day, but Jericho can do it and make it an evil thing, and it's fantastic.
Here, I'll just show you. We've got the picture of Jericho taking the mask off
That is
in GIF form.
That's not Jericho there. That's okay. You just want to show that. This is your clip that you show now, right? Please never, ever, ever lose that.
What? That's Chris Jericho removing the mask.
Mm-hmm. Oh, God. Jericho removes the mask, and I love seeing the paint under the mask.
Mm-hmm.
That's always a cool thing to me, and it always pissed me off in like the Tim Burton Batman movies when Batman removes his mask and it's like, hey, where'd that eye makeup go, Michael Keaton? You son of you. I remember being a kid. It was like one of the first inconsistency things I saw, and I was like, it's a Batman movie. Calm down. First time wrestling saved me from myself. Instead of being like, I went, oh, okay. All right. Well, okay. Moving on. And there was an Instagram.
Look, I'm sorry, I love you.
Kind of.
Super kick.
Somebody put an Instagram thing up from a Fozzy show in Kansas City like later that night because nobody knew Jericho was going to be there because he's booking shows for that night for the love
Well,
of
he
God.
kept saying, I'm not going to be there. I've got a show.
How can I be there? I've got a show in Kansas City.
Mm-hmm.
Takes a private jet straight out there to the show. Shows up at the show, still has the makeup on, and says, "Hey, it was weird. This is what I got to do for my other gig. Go watch it. This is some dope's makeup." And he's just selling it like he's the best ever because kinda is.
Again, I was telling you, I was texting back and forth with Ronald, and he goes, I think Jericho may have to be like, move up to my favorite ever. And I mean, that's a conversation for me too, because he's been sitting at number 3.
He's been great forever,
Mm-hmm.
and he's still going.
Yeah.
He's still going. He ain't stopping. He did some of that yoga, just enough.
Because number 1 is Bret Hart, number 2 is The Undertaker, and number 3 is Chris Jericho. I get the feeling we're 1 or 2 awful Undertaker matches away from Jericho hopping over Undertaker.
Oh, you got a feeling those are coming up, huh?
Probably. I don't know how long he's going to go, so I worry about it.
I don't know. He's trying, man.
Yeah.
He's going to die in there.
And then there's Bret. Bret's going to be hard to overcome because the same reason I feel like he didn't get his just desserts with Goldberg and having to retire early and everything.
Yeah.
It's the same reason I can't have anybody overtake him because all I have is the good for him.
Right.
Other than, the match with McMahon at 26 and the matches with Miz for the U.S. title.
Yeah, and it's the beauty of checking out early. It's like there's the
Just like Edge.
The mystique around the rock stars that die at 26. You've done your best. 27.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry. You've done your. No, I don't like those ones. Those ones are awful. I like only the ones that died at 26. Like Steve, Bill.
Yeah.
They were great, man. You don't even know what you're talking about.
Okay.
The pet store guy dudes, and the bunny fellas.
Oh.
Yeah, you don't know. I know things.
Okay.
I'm stupid. I'm sorry. But the mystique around them is that there was no later phase for them. John Lennon kind of gets the same thing.
Yep.
He never had that later phase where people were like, okay.
I wish he would go away.
Yeah. He never got to that point. He was never allowed to get to that point, which sucks. But when looking at a career, sometimes that adds to the mystique instead of taking it away.
I think for Taker, he's got that entrance, so it's easy to look past the match quality. So, like, when I see that entrance, it's still like, The Undertaker, yes.
Yeah, you can't not enjoy it. And as production values weirdly increase and they start doing new stuff, it's cooler and cooler.
We'll talk about Undertaker here in a minute, too, because
Sure.
he showed up.
So you got a couple more matches to go over. And next on the list here, Okada versus Skrull.
Now, there was no way they weren't quote-unquote going long. This was the real main. Because they worked a main event pace.
They worked a new...
That's all Okada does, is work main events.
Okay, that was the best way to put that. There's no way I can put that better. This is what Okada does. Yeah, well, he shows up. All right, better clear a half hour.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, that's if you want low end. You want higher end? All right, it's going to be an hour and a half. Some say he's still wrestling to this day.
I mean, for me, because this was basically Marty's coming out party.
Yeah, man.
So
I've
he
lo-
needed this.
I've loved the build too because they kind of let Okada be a little bit of a jerk. Marty's the villain.
Mhm.
Okada got to be a little bit of a jerk to him, so he went to go. Oh, I'm sorry, villain.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, bad dude.
Again, anybody Bullet Club wasn't going to be a bad guy in that building.
Not that.
Wasn't gonna
Not
happen.
that night. Nah. But Okada being the jerk kept giving him the. Now, at first it was like, did he just do 205? No way he did that. Nah, they steered right into it. It's like, hey, this is what you are. And it's not necessarily a stab at 205 live though. I mean, that's what those numbers mean, for Christ's sake. This is a stab at, hey, I'm the heavyweight here.
Yep.
And I don't know who you think you are. At best, junior heavyweight.
Yeah, you don't belong in this ring with me.
You seem more like a cruiserweight to me. But I mean, we'll have the match. But I want you to know, this is where you stand with me. Very dismissive of him, with Marty just like, I've got something to prove. And then just every time you see him building up to this, I felt like that statement got a little louder. I got something to prove. I've got something to prove, until right over the end, it's like, I've got something to prove. And he gets to be the loud and boisterous, but still kind of face-ish, trying to overcome the odds, at the very least standing toe-to-toe. And I'll be damned if he doesn't stand toe-to-toe for a good, long time.
And that's what the story...
with
yeah.
the finest wrestler in the world.
Yeah. And this is what the story had to be. Marty had to give everything, and that's still not enough. He has to give a little bit more.
Yeah.
And then it's still not enough. But this was my favorite match of the night, because as much as I loved Penta and Omega, there wasn't as much story with that. This was just not necessarily glorified exhibition, but like this was just a really good wrestling match
Yes.
that I was excited to see, with two wrestlers I really enjoy watching.
And that very kind of G1 style of, hey, here's two you wouldn't see together normally. This is weird. Let's go.
Let's go. And then, this had story to it. And it was nice to see Marty working in a main event pace,
Yes.
because it worked.
Because, I mean, we've seen him in that four-way junior heavyweight championship. And
Up-tempo.
all over the goddamn place. Spot after spot after spot. Four dudes having to coordinate. This is you, him, go. Very different, and you have to have a different pace, and you have to have a different style. And seamless.
And
Fantastic.
you mentioned this last week. The Rainmaker is going to wrestle a guy who's got an umbrella. And I love that they went to it.
Of course they did.
The
How do you
Rainmaker,
not?
the Rainmaker gets blocked by the All-In umbrella.
Mm-hmm.
I dig it. Silly, but fun.
Silly. Is it the end of the match, though?
Mm-hmm.
No. It's a spot.
Mm-hmm.
A fun little story spot. Like, the beauty of those slower paced, main event paced, you can have a spot like that, and then you come back off of it, and then you go back up in a different style. It's almost like a weird little false start. It's like, hey, it's like a practice run in the middle of this longer paced run.
Yep.
And it's great, and there's room for that in there.
And Marty delivered.
He
Again,
absolutely did.
like I said, this was his coming out party, and he delivered on all levels. He is a worldwide player now.
Yeah, as well he should be.
Absolutely. And I mean,
And you know what? And that's building the brands, man. These people sticking together, Omega, the Bucks, Paige, Cody, and Skrull, and watching out for people that they care for and they love, man, and respecting those that are good at what they do, and being not just enjoying the respect they receive, but giving that respect in return, and letting people have good showings and come and make a decent showing at their show, so everybody grows together. And it's something that it came out of the show. It's like wrestlers now have more leverage than they've ever had.
Yep.
As a result of this show and the ideals or ideas of sticking together and creating your own and standing by your people. But and as a result, could Marty have gotten this opportunity anywhere else to work with Okada? First of all, they got Okada on this show. Does it's almost as if they went to New Japan and said, "Hey, look, we're going to be doing this show. We understand we're very big over here. is there anybody that you'd like to put on this show
Mm.
to represent you? Because I'm sure that's how they approach it too. Is there anybody you would like to have come and represent New Japan here? Because we want to showcase you as well. And they're like, Okada has tickets. Here we go.
He great.
Yeah. Like, is there anybody better? And any better representative of the main event New Japan style?
Mm-mm.
No, of
Nope.
course not. Because he's helped set that pace.
Which is funny because Omega can work in that pace, but he definitely doesn't work that pace
Mm-hmm.
because he definitely works a much quicker pace.
Yeah, and it's fun to watch those things butt heads against each other, and sometimes grind on each other a little bit, and sometimes work together perfectly. Because the good dudes do it perfectly.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Fun stuff. Now, and this might be where I'm supposed to mention the controversy a little bit.
Okay.
A lot of people said, "Hey, well, the Bucks and Kenny were really into getting this show at a certain amount of time, keeping it under a certain amount of time. They wanted a tight show. They wanted to produce a good show, well done. They could have ran over if they wanted to, but they didn't want to have to.
Mm-hmm.
They wanted to keep it right at that 3-hour mark or so.
This show went forward.
Four,
7
but right at the hour mark. They wanted to wrap at a certain time.
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of people have come out and said, not a lot of people, but it's been said, it is known that the Okada Skrull match went long. In fact, like upwards of 12 minutes longer than it was supposed to. I think they're fine with that.
I think so too. Because
And
Marty comes out.
Yeah, and
You made a new star, a
Yeah.
new bigger star.
and as a result, people are talking about it.
Mm-hmm.
And that's going to force people to go watch the match. And that's going to force people to put those names in their mouths, man. You're going to be forced to say Okada. You're going to be forced to say Skrull. You're going to be forced to say Skrull went this long with Okada. And it was good.
I think also because
Build a controversy, man. It's never a bad thing to have your name spoken.
And
Good,
also-
bad, whatever. You're going to watch.
you look at the 6-man main. As excited as I was for it because of all the parts involved, all of them are already names.
Right. They don't need to be up higher than they already are. Bucks are a heavyweight tag team in New Japan.
Technically speaking,
Mm-hmm.
if there's a throwaway match, it's probably that one. The Bucks are running the show.
Yeah.
I mean, again, did I want to see it? Absolutely.
And the them putting themselves in a position where it's like, we don't need the glory. We can step back a little bit so others can stand out.
Mm-hmm.
Because I mean, I come out of this with who are the standout performers of me for the night? Hangman Page,
Mm-hmm.
Marty Scurll.
Yep.
And a lot of those other guys popped out too. Like this put Joey Janela more on my radar.
Mm-hmm.
And they used it as an opportunity to build out the foundation of what they're trying to do. They're increasing their circle of friends. They're giving more gravity to those around them rather than sucking all the air out of everybody.
Mm-hmm.
They're not trying to be, as individuals, the big fish in the small pond. They're building that pond out so a bunch of big fish can live in there together, and it's freaking amazing.
Now, to that point,
Mm.
we did get the main a little bit. I think it was maybe all of 8 minutes. I freaked the F out. Because I don't know why this didn't cross my mind. Ibushi on one team, Mysterio on the other.
Dude.
I don't know why I didn't think at some point these two are going to be in the ring together.
And I think this is what this night was about, dude. It was like, hey, here's some stuff you'll never get to see anywhere, really. But ain't it's great. Go.
They get in the ring, and I'm like, yes, this is going to be awesome. And again, they didn't get to do a ton, but like,
I still feel like Mysterio got that weird stink of being 30 in that one Rumble. But you know what? Every time you see him, he's amazing, right?
yeah.
And you think, oh, this old dude's back doing the thing. No, he's just as good as he ever was.
Yep.
And he's got some character gravity to him, man. And it is big. And giving that rub onto Ibushi, giving that rub onto the Bucks, lending credibility to that, and teaming with Phoenix and Bandito, and making everybody a bigger star.
Mhm.
And he's not denigrating himself to be in that match.
Yeah.
And that was the beauty of all of the booking of All In.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody came out looking worse than when they went in.
Nope.
Everybody either got built up or had a good showing at the very least.
Absolutely. And again, leave the comparisons out. If you want, I hate to close it out with this again because I feel like it's broken record time. But I think this is an important thing because All In was important. Just let it live on its own. It was awesome. Just let it be.
Yeah.
If you want to say I liked it better than something, cool. But there's no need to compare it at all to anything WWE, New Japan, or ROH has done.
Right.
Just let it live on its own. It was a wonderful night. If you're a wrestling fan, you loved it.
Some would say you even lived it.
Nathan, I'm not sure if I told you this. There's just a few things. Just you're just calm down. It's okay. These are things you don't know.
Calm.
I love Liv Morgan.
That I did know. Continue.
Liv Morgan follows me on Twitter. These are things you didn't know about me. Thought I'd share that. I love Liv Morgan.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And
This is a WrestlePals tweet, by the way.
was it?
Yeah.
Okay, so it's 46. So I just want to blast through the WWE.
Well, I mean, one other thing, just
okay.
weird little speculation as far as All In.
That's purely speculation.
Yes. God damn it.
Actually,
In the AMA thing that Cody did, other people were asking, "Hey, man, what were some other places you considered?" And some other names that came up were like, Cal Palace, San Francisco, Seattle, great town to try to do some weird stuff. Dallas, even because it's becoming a weird wrestling town it's become a weird crossroads in America. The fact that those conversations can happen, and we just saw them pull off a 10,000 seat arena in 30 minutes. Do you think we get it all into?
If they want to, yeah,
it's great. It's up to them, right? Completely and totally up to them.
I don't want them to do it unless it feels right, because that's what was magic about this.
Now I got a feeling they know that touch, and they took their time with this one, and they would absolutely take the time and care on another one if they did it. And again, not a guarantee.
No.
But if they wanted to, they could. And coming out of that, they've all had like this unified front. It's like, hey, we've got a lot of leverage because we're doing it together. And wherever we go, we're going to do it together. And it's going to be great because we're doing it together. And they're inclusive. They're not exclusive. It's a weird time, and they're blazing some interesting territory that could give a lot more control and a lot more power to a lot of people that have really earned it. Exciting stuff.
Exciting, absolutely. Yes. Okay, so we mentioned there's just a couple things I want to talk about from Raw and SmackDown this week.
First of all, Raw trying to put together a good show.
I know.
Weirdly succeeding. You know what? Good job.
I suddenly like Bobby Lashley. 2 words.
2 words.
My man.
My man.
There's no reason that should work.
It shouldn't. It's the dumbest goddamn thing that's ever happened.
But it goes with this stupid smile.
Also, that being said, we need to stop using the scowly ginger face because happy ginger, calm, peaceful ginger, Shanti is my. This dumb idea is now my favorite thing. Justin, I have a wrestling crush
on Jinder.
Jinder Mahal.
Look at you. I guess we need to start tweeting at him for the picnic.
That's right, Berserker. You're leaving next week. Jinder's showing up there. You know what he's going to bring me? Shanti. Inner peace. And probably coleslaw.
Johnny Latinovich, what's up, dude? Hey, how you doing? Andrew O'Hara agrees. My man.
So dumb. You're looking forward to it, aren't you?
Yes.
The retired Kevin Owens coming in attacking. All of a sudden, for no reason, we're getting a Bobby Lashley Kevin Owens program. A Bobby Lashley that we
There
care
is a
about.
reason.
Oh?
I mean, he didn't give it yet, but he said the week before, as he was coming out to talk to challenge Rollins, he said, "My best friend got laid out by a monster."
Look at Kevin Owens. Like, I'll create a story where there wasn't one. Here we go.
And now he laid out Lashley in a
Vengeful.
vicious beating. I loved it.
Righteously vengeful Kevin Owens
Yeah.
versus my man Bobby Lashley.
My man.
I don't know what I'm pointing at, but my man. All of a sudden
You have
works.
to cross your arms first before you do the pointing.
And
Yeah.
oh, we can't both point.
I know.
It's terrible. I'll point.
I love Liv Morgan.
Yeah, gotcha. Okay,
My girl.
okay. Let's the beginning GIF of the show. There, can we please address that,
Yes, we can.
dude? Like, what
Raw
do you,
was wild, man.
Justin? What do you want to be for Halloween?
I want to be Drake Maverick as a member of AOP.
Remember how much fun we had when AOP was like, all right, I guess Roderick Strong's tagging with us. We're like, oh, look at Roddy. Look at Roddy in his big helmet. Wearing dad's army uniform. Here we go. You know what? Roddy's not a small dude.
No,
Drake Maverick.
he is.
Look, Drake Maverick shows up, he's gonna beat the shit out of us.
Yeah,
honestly.
totally. Yeah.
That being said, because we're piles of dump, it happens. But next to Akam and Razor, okay, where does this rank on you? For you, is this better than Smiling Shield Kurt Angle? Because I gotta tell you, for me, him walking out with his little name taggy and it said like Maverick, right?
Yeah, Sid Maverick.
I want to pretend it said Drakey Poo. And I hope to God we get to 205 Live. Never address this
Never addresses
ever.
it, because he
Like-
definitely comes out as a bad guy.
Drake, did you? Weren't you just on Raw?
Aren't you the manager of AOP? And
No.
Talking about they're going to be tag champs?
And you have a match with Grand Metalik for reasons, and they're well-reasoned reasons, and I've made you care. Go. But Drake, like, Razor killed a dude. You were there. You told him to do it. You said, hey, Razor, kill that dude, and he did. You have a match with Tony Nese for reasons, well-reasoned reasons, and you will do it and care. Okay.
Basil Leon. What's
Well,
up, dude?
Drake Maverick's I want to be Drake
It's
Maverick.
one of my favorite things ever.
Oh, yeah.
Andrew O'Hara will buy my man headband. I probably would too.
Yes!
And Johnny Latinovich asks, where's John Cena? Actually, I think he just did the tour with them overseas. Yeah, because he was like teaming with Cena and somebody else.
Oh, yeah. Somebody put up the clip of the new move of Doom, which is like a weird punch or something.
Yeah.
And
then like
he was teaming with, I think, was it Lashley and Finn, I think?
yeah, Lashley and Finn Balor.
It was like a weird like trio. It's like, okay.
And then it was like Elias. Hello, my name is Elias.
It's just,
It was great with Bliss this week, by the way. Oh, hi. Oh, wait. O-H. I-O. That pop. And then she goes, you're all losers, essentially. I mean, it's tried and true. It works every time.
goddamn.
But you still have to be able to deliver that.
And we had Shield doing Shield stuff.
And getting arrested.
And
for
getting
it?
arrested. And I don't know about you, man, but like on a Memorial Day weekend, it takes a little more than a couple hours to get this. Okay, this is my favorite thing. First of all, my friend Gravy down here. Shield gets arrested and then comes back. And then Graves on Twitter later, Corey Graves on Twitter later says, reached out to my friend David Otunga, who said, they had a friend that got them through the stuff. Just making sure all the story. He's just there to pick up all the loose ends
Pick
and
up
make
the
sure everything
pieces.
makes sense for everybody. You know what? I like that.
Oh, and you know what else? We didn't even mention this. Like,
But,
Renee Young returned to commentary.
yeah.
No coach again.
Oh darn.
Oh, darn.
Darn.
Didn't miss him at all. And she was so much better this time.
Hey, do you know what the word of the hour is?
Don't care.
I don't give a good goddamn.
Because they opened with the Bellas versus Riot Squad.
Mm-hmm.
And so right immediately, she's right in her comfort zone.
Right.
And
Yeah,
Just
and
tremendous.
Everybody gave Bree some hate about the dives,
yeah.
but I'm sorry. You saw a Bella twin attempting dives.
Also true.
Hey, word up. Do some stuff.
Yeah, man.
And then, but Bree then looked great on SmackDown.
Yeah.
How she can get booed with her sister and cheered with Daniel Bryan. Bree is the best. Also, I turned on SmackDown and got to hear right there near the beginning of the show.
Hennessy.
Look, dude. Look.
Yeah.
I'm not saying I'm buying a Brie Mode shirt,
Yeah.
but I'm not. Exactly. They just don't make them in my size. That's all.
Oh, okay.
It's the only thing stopping me.
SmackDown again continues its wonderful, wonderful programming.
Daniel Bryan, fantastic at crafting himself into the 2-hour show long story.
Mm-hmm.
Fantastic match with Cien. I love Cien's trying to talk. That makes me happy.
Yeah.
It's
I
good
hate
stuff.
that assholes are saying what though.
Whatever.
Yeah,
He'll
you're right,
plow
but-
right through him.
Yeah.
And he doesn't care.
Don't-
Good.
Don't be dicks. The guy's still learning English. Come on, man.
I'm sorry. Did you see that thing he did on the ropes? It's called Tranquilo. It's cool.
It's great. Plus, Zelina Vega is just tremendous, man. She
And
great.
her mic stuff has gotten.
Oh yeah.
Cien doesn't need to say a word.
No.
I'm happy he is. Happy he can. But then amazing match with Bryan, and then Brie getting to do that knee that she gave after the match was
Yeah.
one of the most vicious looking knees I've seen in wrestling.
She does
and this
that
is
great.
after Daniel Bryan just finished a damn match with one. What?
We've got a request from Andrew O'Hara. If you could never ever do that Brie Mode thing again, that'd be great.
I don't want to. I have to. That being said,
It's his best impression that he has.
it was the requisite one for the week.
Mhm.
So as long as she doesn't come out next week, you won't have to hear it again.
Good luck.
It's gonna happen. I'm sorry.
What else happened on SmackDown? Oh my God! Like,
Miz being jerk
yeah,
and Maurice being fantastic at being a jerk.
Mm-hmm,
This is a better Maurice than we've ever had, and good.
Yeah, I agree. The tag tournament,
Yeah.
Rusev Day, actually
Rusev
getting
Day.
the big win here.
It was what point was it? Oos, come on, Oos. I want to hear Rusev just say Oos all day. Makes me happy.
Paige is a wonderful general manager.
It has been very good, and she's inserting herself into the things as well. With the AJ and Samoa half kind of pull apart thing, her voice carries, which is good, and she's able to advance story. You hear her talking AJ down. It's a whole lot of hey, not now, don't do it, don't do it. But man, if she steers into that and realizes how important that can be, that voice carries enough that it can make a hell of an impact in times when most people can't make a dent.
Oh, Wendy! Samoa Joe is the worst person in life.
Mm.
He's just an awful, awful human.
I think he and Tommaso Ciampa get together, just rip heads off
See,
of
now
Barbies.
you mentioned his
I'm
name.
sorry, children. My apologies. They'll never get to sleep tonight. So sorry.
So
Why do I want to boo?
Joe and AJ might be the hottest angle in WWE.
Joe will heat up an angle in a second,
Yeah.
dude.
And then followed very closely by Charlotte and Becky.
I don't like the weird separated backstage segment thing, but they made the most of a segment style that I don't like.
I like the idea of it, the idea that they hate each other so much right now that they need to be separate.
They wanted Becky to go heel, and it's not working.
It's not working.
But you know what? This isn't like ruining Charlotte either. Charlotte's holding her own. Like, come on, I'm like the best.
Yeah.
So you want to do something about it? Come and do something about it. They're not. Neither one is having to go heel. It's
Right.
just a heated rivalry.
yeah.
And they put
I
the
hope they
graphic
leave it
up.
that way.
Do you hope they do the cell? Do you think they can do the cell?
They could. I don't
They
know.
could,
At this point,
absolutely.
I don't know if they can. I don't know because we already have Braun and Roman in a cell, and we already have Jeff and Shinsuke in a show, or
Jeff and Orton.
Randy in a cell. Randy Orton
We've only got like 20 minutes.
is in
Shut-
a cell. Jeff
Hmm?
Hardy
Jeff Hardy.
has never been
Hmm?
in a Hell in a Cell match.
Okay, you got tired of your own shit. There you go. I like that. Yeah, you still hear that. And you know what? This is like, it weirdly feels like a, hey guys, what are you two doing? You want to do those things you've always wanted to do?
But
Randy's expressed like, I want to be bad guy again for a minute. And Jeff has said,
I'm Jeff.
I'm Jeff. Hi. And said, I want to jump off big things. It's like, you do that already, Jeff. We've told you to stop.
Jeff jumps.
I want to throw my back through everything.
Jeff's gonna jump from up here.
Oh, help, Jeff.
Oh, help, Jeff!
Okay.
Jeff's falling too fast.
That being said, I don't feel like I've gotten a whole lot of like reason for the feud between the two. They've tried, but at the same time, I don't care. I want to see these two dudes being happy doing things that they like doing. And this is one of those weird like subtextual stories that's like Jeff gets to do one of these things, which I mean, there's speculation. Jeff could be wrapping up, man.
Done and done, maybe.
He's got a checklist that he's knocking stuff off of, and Randy's like, I want to play a little bit. So these two get to go play.
He said he wants Taker at Mania in a cell too. That's one of the things on the list, but we'll see. I mean, he's getting Randy Orton. That ain't no slouch. And he's getting this Randy Orton, who is arguably the best Randy Orton we've ever had. So
there ain't gonna be no snake coming down the ramp for this dude. Snake man, snake.
Let's see. Again, the tags looking great.
I love a tournament.
Yeah, man. I mean, they're going to it a lot, but it's still working. You're getting a lot of television time for all of the teams. So how can you argue against that? And then I think that's everything. I know. Oh, Truth.
B team lost.
Oh yeah.
So McIntyre and Ziggler carrying tag titles. Legitimacy, good place for them. Okay.
And the entire Raw roster beat up the Shield.
And Drew Gulak.
Andrew Gulak. Yeah.
Andrew Gulak.
Beating up the Shield.
All right.
Color me intrigued. I'm ready for this one.
This is so wacky. Goddamn. Look, this is one of those weeks where it's like, okay, you're building to your mains, your events for the Hell in Cell. You get 2 weeks, and then 2 weeks after, you've got the Super Samurai Showdown in the sea with the
You're
gang.
Putting way too many words.
Super Station.
Shredder. 605 on the Super Station. You understand?
I do understand. Yes, sir.
That was on Cody's boots, by the way. 605.
Was it?
Yeah. On the Super Station. You understand?
Christ Almighty, it's great. Oh my God.
They made Braun Strowman such an animal. He's running out of competition. He needs to hold a title for a bit. I mean, I don't disagree.
Braun can be that Brock role, man, but and that's okay.
I'm curious to what the pack is going to be. Is it all of those people? Are all those people just fed up like the Shield kind of the clique? Like this is going to be interesting.
Are they a manifestation of weird fan frustration? Is this like, all right, you know what we need to do? Let's go throw those 30-year-old dudes that are booing everything a bone. And we're going to break a window out of this weird police vehicle.
Yeah.
Here we go. Seth, it's going to be you. Sorry. All right. Oh, man. Somebody cobbled together like a video thing of him saying no. We'll pull that up later.
Also, Mae Young Classic Part 1, I guess, or I don't know.
Speaking of tournaments, yeah.
That's happening.
Oh,
they
Christ
released
almighty.
the first run of it tonight. So
as much
got
as
some watching the next couple
they
days.
talked about Vince saying, hey, September's a bad time for booking stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you doing all in? Okay, we're doing good Raws. We're doing really good SmackDowns. We're building to a hell in a cell. And also Mae Young Classic. Jesus.
And that ain't even everything, Jack.
That's right, Buddy Goddamn Murphy. That's all.
Well, that too. Plus this. No, they're telling us we have to go. Nathan, did you ever watch Mixed Match Challenge?
I did.
Guess what?
Part
2 incoming.
What?
September 18th.
Do you know the teams?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, so some of them are returning. Team Little Big is coming back.
That's good. That's good. It was a fun, weird dynamic, and they told a story, and then told the story. Yay.
Day Glowish, I think is what they call themselves.
What?
Naomi and her husband.
Nice.
Lana and Rusev Day.
Of course. Lana and Rusev Day.
Mm-hmm.
Mr. and Mrs. Day.
Mr. and Mrs. Lana and Rusev Day.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. Little Big. I'm trying to think of all the ones that came back. I think that's all the ones that are returning.
Remember how we had Finn and Sasha last time?
Not this time.
Not this time, Jack.
Finn and Bailey.
Oh my God, they're going to do each other's entrances.
Yep.
I'm so looking forward to this. I want to see Demon Bailey.
Well, because
full paint.
I was bummed out with Bailey's appearance last time because she teamed with Elias, and on paper that's a fun teaming.
I liked the weirdness.
Yeah, I mean,
but it didn't amount to a whole lot.
Right. And then Sasha's teaming with my man, Bobby Lashley.
She even threw it in the promo.
Yep.
I don't know if she meant to or not, but damn if she didn't.
Yeah.
And it made me happy. And I was like, yeah, that's him, my man.
My man, Bobby Lashley. Oh, yeah, Miz and Asuka. I'm sorry. Kane Kenny, you're right.
Oh, yeah.
Andrew O'Hara. Yes, this is one of the teams I'm looking forward to as well. Jinder and Alicia Fox.
He doesn't say it that way.
Shanti. Is it
Look.
thumbs forward?
I don't know. I'm trying to match
doing
you,
it
but
like
you
this.
keep turning. You're trying to match me. Which way are we going to do this? You want to do it this way? Okay? Or backwards? Okay. Let's do that one. Let's go with that. You ready?
Shanti.
I fucked it up.
You son of
I'm
son of a
sorry.
bitch.
I'm sorry. Again, the children are still up because we mentioned Chiampa.
It's-
And now I put the finger. This is so vulgar. I'm so sorry.
Here's a team I'm looking forward to.
Mm-hmm.
Natalia, last time she teamed with Shinsuke
Yeah?
and Kevin Owens. You right?
This is going to be dumb. I love it. I love it. It's just so stupid. It's great.
It's just it was a blast last time. I am kind of bummed that because
It was a whole lot of weird dumb.
Goldie and Mandy was great last time.
Yeah.
I hate that one. Well, he's injured, so I guess really he can't. What are
Truth and Carmella.
Oh God, yeah, Truth and Carmella.
They made sure to push that story on SmackDown as well. And God damn, Truth in a main event. As a result,
and he
Smack-
he even said that. Ty's like, "What are you doing, man? I just taught you something.
Hmm?
How to get in the main event of SmackDown Live." And then he was.
goddamn amazing. And Ty getting a rub on that as well. All he had to do was stay there and be a foil.
Yeah.
Good for him.
Let's see, Team My Boss Man. For
What?
Team My Boss Man. Kane Kenny, LOL. Only one boss man.
For the,
Sasha and Lastly.
for the love of God.
I like it.
That makes me
My
very happy.
man. Johnny Latinovich, you guys are awesome. Are you guys on every day? Unfortunately, right now, no. Nathan has like one of those real jobs, and I'm a dad, so I stay at home and do dad stuff all day.
But if you like Justin, patreon.com/ohhijustin. He's doing stuff every day. Believe me, it's weird. Delve into his world. I like being a part of it. I'm only a small part of it. Enjoy.
Rassles. We are on every Wednesday at 9 p.m. And I guess, man, yeah, we need to go because you got to work in 3 hours.
Shift change. No, I don't. Yeah.
Oh,
That's right.
well, we have been
We have
yapping our
nightclub
faces up. Here we go. Nightclub missions and a podcast to talk about.
Yes, sir.
Where's the gimmick? This is
I
the
don't
gimmick.
know. This is your gimmick.
This is the
It's-
gimmick.
I don't use that word. Ah, for Christ's sake. Yep.
That's the gimmick.
Yeah.
Oh, AJ Styles and Charlotte.
Oh, very good.
Yeah.
Truth coming out. What's up? Carmella saying what's up.
Mhm.
Made me happy. Good stuff. Hey, everybody. We're #WrestlePals. If you dig us, dig what we do, reach out to us, talk to us, participate with us, do things with us. Facebook.com/WrestlePalsVA. Or if you want to reach out to us on Twitter. We collectively very active on Twitter at WrestlePalsVA. It's Justin. It's just him.
Today, Nathan wanted to tie me to a train track.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Yes.
that was the thing.
Oh, for God's sake! That was like hours ago. I forget what I do moment to moment, let alone like 3 hours ago, dude.
Also, we saw lots of new faces in the chat today.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. If you wouldn't mind throwing the page a like, we are on every Wednesday at 9 if you want to watch us live.
Mhm.
And like Nathan said, go ahead and check out the Twitter and stuff.
Yeah.
Love to chat with you.
If you want to check out any of our back catalog too, we store all the video stuff on YouTube. YouTube.com, search for, spell it out, #WrestlePals. You see our entire back catalog. Look, I've stalled on the weight loss, but you get to see me slim down a little bit. It's weird, but whatever. Go back, see how wrong we were on literally everything, because that's what we do.
We like being wrong.
Yeah, it's fun getting
It's
got.
the best.
If you want audio format, instead of looking at our ugly mugs over here, iTunes is the place to go.
Just
The
saying,
repository for all the stuff.
There's one thing you don't get if you don't get video, though.
Search for #WrestlePals. You can get the audio stuff on iTunes. It's available also on Stitcher, Spotify. Not so much.
Oh, Ellie has been leading the charge to get us onto Spotify because they didn't have the new Eminem album,
Uh-huh.
and so she started bitching about it on Twitter.
Uh-huh.
And they were like, "What can we do to make this right?" And she's like, "Put my buddy's pod on you." Thank you, Ellie.
Thank
You're
you.
the best.
Marvelous. L. Or you can literally put #WrestlePals on any form of social media, and we, really him, will find it. I don't know how he does it. He found something on Tout the other day. It's still a thing. Did you know that? Weird, right?
Can I do that again?
Okay. And if you want to get in touch with us individually, it's not hard to get a hold of Justin. Hashtag WrestlePal Justin. You can find him on Twitter at The Hulkster.
That's me, baby.
That's legit, at The Hulkster. If you dig him, dig what he does, patreon.com/ohijustin. You get WrestlePals, you get Deprogrammed, you get Oh Hi Justin Pod, you get These Ghouls, you get all the other future weird garbage that's coming out of this man's head, and he's doing it constantly.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And if you want to get in touch with me, good luck.
Send tweet.
At The Nate Project on Twitter. Here's the thing. I see them. I always see them when they come through. It makes me weirdly uncomfortable.
You're gonna want to see that one.
I think about responding, and it weirds me out during the middle of the day. So if you like to F with me in the middle of the week, send it there, and I'll feel awkward for a good 10 to 12 minutes. Think about my actions for 2 to 3 days, not do anything, and then feel bad at day like 6 or 7. It's really weird, but welcome to my world at The Nate Project. And all right, Justin.
Mm-hmm.
I wanna go to bed now.
Okay.
Can I go to bed?
I guess.
Do I have to do the thing though, right?
Do the thing first. Ah. I love Liv Morgan.
God damn, hashtag WrestlePals.
God, he's the best.
I lost my keys and my little dog is bone. So I pick him up and I'm gonna carry home. But he a mean dog, bit me in the spare rib. And I'm take him home, put him in the baby crib. Yeah, I don't know the words, AJ Styles. You know what you are? You're phenomenal. Phenomenal.